This is $20,000. By the end of this video, I will invest in something that will move me closer to my goal of retiring in 3 years. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean McMurray, co-host of BPM REIA Online, and this is Mr. $250 million in real estate transactions, my mentor, my good friend, president, and owner of BPM REIA, Anish Dave.
Hey, this is Anish Dave, president of BPM REIA. Good to see you guys this morning.
I can already see it. 3 years from now, I'll be sitting on a foreign beach somewhere in the world, sipping a cold one with friends and family at night, and adventuring through the jungle in the day. And actually, this is a more appropriate depiction of what I'd be doing on the beach. Sorry, Cat, but you know what you got yourself into. That's right, because if you've been following along, you know I'll be retiring in 3 years, but in order to do so, I need to make $10,493.14 a month in passive income, or about 21 doors at $500 per door. I'll be doing that largely through real estate, which brings us to today's topic of how to invest $20,000 in 2022 with the idea of retiring in 3 years. If you watched our previous video release called How to Invest $10,000 in 2022, you'll know we went through the preliminary items. All-knowing and wise Anish, can you please share with our YouTube fam those 4 things you suggested we invest in?
So, Sean, first thing we always talk about is have money for a rainy day fund, meaning what happens if you lose your job, right? You got to make sure you have enough expenses covered just in case there's no income. You also want to make sure is that you pay down any high interest debt. Those credit card bills, 18, 25%, they are a killer. It's gonna be a killer on your investment. It's a killer on your savings. The third thing we want to do is invest in real estate, right? We want to make sure that we are putting things in tangible assets where you actually get some money back or passive like what you're looking for, Sean. And the last thing and most important thing, you want to invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, and that could be courses, learning, you're really the true asset that has the ability to give you unlimited amount of wealth when you invest in yourself.
Thanks, Anish, for recapping that for us. Check out our previous video for more details where we go into more depth on those 4 topics. Long story short, I have a rainy day fund of at least 6 months. I hardly have any debt, and $10,000 was not exactly enough to purchase a property without getting creative. I decided, with Anish's guidance, the best investment at the time would be in myself. I purchased a short-term rental coaching program that would teach me how to acquire short-term rental doors without the need to purchase the property. The techniques are arbitrage and co-hosting. This was great because I don't have a mountain of cash sitting around to purchase these properties. Although a solid approach, my concern is at any moment, homeowners can increase rent, pricing me out of profitability, decide not to renew my lease, killing an avenue of revenue, or laws change in my locality, or better yet, a pandemic blowing up my entire stream of income. I don't have the level of control over the property and the situation that would be ideal to me. Am I crazy for thinking this way, Anish?
Sean, actually, you're not even close to crazy. This is, forward thinking. You have to look at multiple exit strategies. Those are some valid points that we can't control. For example, like you mentioned, a pandemic. When the pandemic happened, guess what? No one was traveling. I even have some Airbnbs and I panicked. So what did I do? Since I owned the building, I made sure I had some long-term renters in there. So you have to add other strategies when you're in real estate so that you're still, again, not a one-trick pony.
Thanks for confirming I wasn't getting stuck in a what-if loop. Look, I'm going to repeat this a number of times in this video because I don't want people to think that arbitrage and co-hosting program is not a good program. It is a solid program, and we are actively employing the strategies we are learning. Our coach is amazing, she's responsive, and she's provided the framework. This strategy will be key towards us meeting our 3-year goal. I absolutely think this program is amazing. Although, As Anish stated, and in addition with my engineering and military background, I'm the type of guy that needs a backup to the backup to the backup. Look, I'm planning on retiring in 3 years and staying that way for the rest of my life. It would be pretty difficult to damn near impossible to go back to a job after 3 years of living the beach bum life. In order to provide that level of redundancy, I have to understand the strengths and weaknesses of my tools and systems. It's not a matter of one or the other, it is how will my tools work together, which brings me to my next obstacle. So you see, if I purely did arbitrage or co-hosting, I'd be missing out on 3.8% per year in home appreciation on average. Here in Florida, I would have missed out on 33.1% in home appreciation this past year. What? Why is that important towards my goal of retiring in 3 years and maintaining that freedom moving forward? If you're familiar with the Burr method, no, not Winter in North Dakota Burr, the Burr method made popular by bigger pockets, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat, that Burr method. Anyways, appreciation is a key component to that method. Anish, what is appreciation and why is it important?
So, Sean, appreciation is basically when the housing or your house or properties go up in value. It is a great hedge against inflation because when prices rise, whether it was gasoline, food, housing also rises too. So it's a good arbitrage against, what your dollar is worth today versus in 20 years. Housing is, generally speaking, a pretty stable asset.
As it relates to the Burr method, how could that help me towards my goal of retiring in 3 years?
So I love the Burr method. I've been doing it for years. And one of the great things is, you actually find a motivated seller, right, with some value in it. You buy the house, right, and then you rehab it. Usually it's in bad condition, so we do have to fix it up. You refinance. Ideally, if you do this correctly, you should be able to get all your acquisition money, your repair costs back on the refinance. The rent should cover your mortgage, taxes, and insurance, and now you should have positive cash flow. And if you're really the number nerd in me, your return is pretty much infinite because you already got all your money back. And now you got to do it again. Before you know it, you might have 1 property, 5 properties, 10 properties. And the cool thing is you're also winning on the inflation end of it, and the renters are actually paying down your mortgage.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And so the appreciation is kind of, as I refinance, right, and I take out that equity, that's what I use to also apply to the next down payment for the next property. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct, right? So now you're just using velocity of money. You are using pure leverage by, leveraging the bank or other people's money, really. And once you get good at it, I'm going to warn you, Sean, it's a little addictive.
Okay, well, I love the sound of that. I don't come from money, so being able to use OPM, other people's money, is perfect. There is one problem that I see with this method, and really it's not with the method itself, it's kind of with the goals that I have, right? Anish, how long does this process normally take?
So the process takes some time, right? You have to be able to identify the property is number one, right? So now you actually found a property. So that might take 30, 45 days. Who knows, right? It takes another 30 days for closing. But most importantly, do you have the money to close, right? If you don't have the money, it's a good deal. It's just not gonna be a good deal for you.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so realistically, I think what we're looking at, maybe you find the property, you buy the property. In order to achieve the amount of appreciation you'd need to afford another property, that could take up to a year, maybe longer?
Yeah, Sean, I would say the minimum 6 months if you're lucky and you're moving fast and you have a great team. But, on my numbers, I would probably go out about a year just in case. Again, you want to always be conservative and, not bank on anything until it actually happens.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? So I need about 25% for the down payment, right? And I have to wait a year in order to unlock that 25%. I only have 26,298 hours, 1,095 days, or 3 years to accomplish something that takes on average 63 years to do. I need a solution on steroids. I'm talking Lance Armstrong winning 7 consecutive Tour de France's after beating cancer steroids. Time is not on my side, so I'm using arbitrage and co-hosting to help me quickly and easily pick up doors, but I don't benefit from the appreciation in the property as I don't own them. In addition, since I don't own the properties, there are some unknowns that I'm just not comfortable with. I don't have enough cash to buy property, but even if I did, waiting for appreciation to increase enough to cover the down payment for my next property using the BRRRR method, it takes way too long.
Hey, Sean.
What do I do?
Sean, I got a solution for you.
Oh, sorry, Nish. I'm all ears, man. Give it to me.
What about our BPM program, our coaching program, where I put up all the money for you?
Ah, the coaching program. What's the coaching program again, Anish?
So, Sean, the BPM coaching program is a little unique. I actually put up 100% of the money for the deals. 100% means 0% for you. So I will actually even show you how to find these off-market properties. You're going to leverage my credibility. You're going to leverage my money. You can no longer even use that excuse that, hey, I'm not really sure if this is a good deal or not, because I will either go out there with you, or I'll send an inspector out there, or an appraisal, or all the above. The idea is to use my credibility, leverage me, and more importantly, my money, and we go 50-50 on the profits. How does that sound to you?
Whoa, hold up. Hold up. So you're telling me that if I invested my $20,000 into the BPM REIA coaching program, not only would you teach me about real estate investing, but you would also fund all of my deals, and I wouldn't have to put anything down, like I'm broke, I'm pulling lint out of my pockets type of scenario.
That is true, Sean. I really take all the risk, right? So we only take a few students per month because I can't be everywhere. So we're looking for people that really want to do this and really make this a win-win for both of us.
Okay, well, I just found out where I'm going to invest my $20,000. All right, so technically, this was a hypothetical scenario as I've already signed up for this program. It is an amazing program. They have funded all of my deals. And full disclosure, right? I don't want this to come off as if we are selling you on this program, but BPM REIA offers an amazing coaching program that isn't offered by a lot of organizations. I challenge you, Google it. As a person who started out with no understanding of real estate and no large sums of money, I have benefited greatly from this program. In conclusion, subscribe to the channel, like, and ask as many questions you might have about the program below. And in reference to my retirement in 3 years journey, I've purchased a short-term rental program that I'm actively employing in a few markets. This solves my cash flow problem, but I need an additional layer of security and I need to put this process on steroids. That is where the BPM REIA coaching program comes into play. It provides me the education, guidance, coaching, and 100% of the funding for my real estate deals. With these 2 programs alone, retiring in 3 years is really starting to sound very attainable. What do y'all think? Let us know below. And Anish, final words.
Yeah, so Sean, first of all, I want to congratulate you on actually investing in yourself. There's too many people waiting on the sidelines, waiting for the right time to invest in themselves. That should become a priority. And the cool thing is you're actually combining 2 programs. Both programs complement each other. So you're actually going to really, as you said, put your business on steroids with money coming in even faster to reach that 3-year goal.
I'm Sean McMurray.
I'm Anish Dave, Real Estate Investing Made Simple.
And we're out.